Hi friends, Miss Dolphin here. I wanted to come on and go through math lesson 30 with you. So the last time we met, we worked on drawing pictures to 9 using 5 group drawings. Now today we're going to go up into 10. So that's our total. So let's read our objective. I can represent pictorial decomposition and composition addition stories to 10 with 5 group drawings and equations. So let's get our brains thinking a little bit about math. Let's do our mixed practice fluency. So there's adding problems in here and subtraction problems in here. So let's do a couple together. Start at the top. 1 plus 1 equals. 1 plus 1 is 1, 2. So I'm going to write 2. Around and back on the railroad track. Now if we go below, that's a subtraction sign, so we know we need to take away. Blank equals 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Straight line down. 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 more is 4. Okay, let's skip down to here. 3 plus 2 equals. 3 plus 2 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that equals 5. Over, down, and around for big fat belly. Let's do one more together. 5 minus 3 equals. That means I need to take away. So if I have 5 and I take 3 away, 1, 2, 3, I have 2 left. Around and back on the railroad track. Excellent. Let's move on to our practice problem. Okay, here we go. Help Miss Dolphin read our question. Nancy had 10 beans. I'm going to circle my number. She picked up 6 in one hand and 4 in the other hand. So she split up the beans into her 2 hands. How many beans did she have in all together? How many did she pick up in each hand? Draw Nancy's 10 beans on your board. Okay, so I'm going to use this little picture here for my beans, and it says that she picked up 6 in one hand, so help me count up 6. And I'm going to draw it the 5 group way. So remember, when we get to 5, we need to go down to the next line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, it says that she picked up 4 more beans in the other hand. So let's count out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now how many beans did she have in all? Let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she had 10 beans in all. So that goes in my hole. Remember, the hole is the circle that's by itself. Here's my hole. I'm going to write 10 because she has 10 beans all together. Now let's go back. It says that she picked up 6 in one hand and 4 in the other. So I'm going to circle a group of 6 because that's how many she picked up in her one hand. So I circled a group of 6, so that goes in my part because she has 6 in one hand. And then we need to count how many are left over or how many she has in her other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put 4 in my other part. Excellent. So the only other thing I have left to do is to write my parts in my number sentence. Now remember, my whole is already there. I just have to take these 2 parts and plug them in. So I'm going to put 6 and 4. Okay, help me read. 10 equals 6 plus 4. 10 equals 6 plus 4. Excellent. Let's try one more together. This time we get to talk about something fun like presents. Who doesn't love presents? All right, help Miss Dolphin read. Shelly had 8 presents. Her friend gave her 2 more presents. Shelly has 10 presents now. Okay, before we move on, let's make our picture. Now I have 2 different colored presents. I have red presents and blue presents. I'm going to start with the red, and it said that she had 8 presents to start with. So help me count out 8. We're going to put them in the 5 group way. So when we get to 5, we go underneath. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go underneath. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, I put 8 presents there because that's how many she started with. That's not all the presents she has, it's just a part. So I can write 8 in my part. Part plus part equals whole. So remember, the parts are the 2 circles that are next to each other. So I'm going to write 8 first because that's how many she started with. Then I need to look back at my question. Her friend gave her 2 more presents. So I'm going to change my color to blue and count out 2. Ready? 1, 2. So her friend gave her 2 more. So that means I'm going to write it in the other part because that's not how many she has all together. It's just a part. She started with 8. Her friend gave her 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to count how many she has in all. So it says, how many presents did Shelly have at first? That was 8. How many did her friend give her? We have 2 blue ones, 1, 2. And now we need to know how many there's all together for my whole. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now Shelly has 10 presents all together. I'm going to write that in my whole. Now I'm going to use my number bond to help me fill in my number sentences. Now don't forget about that tricky Nicky equal sign. Sometimes it comes first, sometimes it comes at the end. So you have to be careful because after the equal sign is where the whole always goes. So up here we have 10 at the end, and over here we have 10 first because of where the equal sign is. So all I'm going to do is take my parts and plug them in. 8 plus 2, equals 10. Now I'm going to write my parts again, but this time it's just going the other way. 10 equals 8 plus 2. So we could say 8 plus 2 equals 10, or we can say 10 equals 8 plus 2. Excellent. One last thing we're going to do together. I want to do this question with you together. And then this one, I want you to try on your own at home. And I would love to see how you do it. Send me pictures. All right, let's read the question here. Ricky had 10 space toys. He had 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. So here's his 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. So all we have to do is fill in the missing numbers of our number bond and our number sentence. Now we're lucky here because they already did the whole for us. He has 10 altogether. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's where the 10 came from because that's how many toys he has all together. Now let's count how many rockets he has because all the toys are not the same. He has some rockets and some astronauts. So let's count the rockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also count like this because we're drawing in the 5 group way. 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to write 7 in my part. Over, down. And let's count how many astronauts. 1, 2, 3. So 3 goes in my other part. backwards C, backwards C. Now that's a 3. 7 and 3 makes 10. Or we can say 10 is 7 and 3. So all I'm going to do is take my parts and plug them in. 10 equals 7 plus 3. Okay, so we can say 10 equals 7 plus 3. Excellent, friends. Now remember, this one is for you to try on your own. Don't forget to send me a picture of it for some dojo points. Okay, my friends, excellent job today. Keep up the great work. Air 5. Bye-bye.